Hi, this is Arun here. I'm continuing my review of metals, which I started, I guess, last Friday. Um, it's quite interesting. Metals are becoming quite interesting, and today something really happened. Um, Today was really sort of a day, what I would call first 1 hour and then the rest of the day, right? First 1 hour market felt like crazy. Everything came down. I incurred some losses today. I was holding position from overnight in Tata Steel and Jindal Steel, and it was already red. And then this morning from 9:15 on, until the next 10:15 candle came up, it was almost red, deep red that I couldn't hold anymore. And so I had to book some losses. I think about 3.5 lakhs of losses, which I booked. I was pretty dejected because I was quite bullish about metals and I was holding multiple lots in call and future. I knew whatever was happening was just a temporary thing. But yeah, you see, there's always the lesson: go listen to the market, nobody's above it. So probably I didn't do that and then had to book some losses, right? So what did I do? I mean, once I booked the losses, I was so dejected. I was so feeling low about it. I had to take a break. So I went and slept. That's crazy. I mean, see, after all, I mean, by 9:30, 9:45, I'm like, all my positions are out. And I couldn't afford to hold on to it any longer. And then, I decided to take a break. I took a nap until like 10:30, I guess. I don't remember. And then I came back, and you know what I saw? This is exactly what I saw. I want to show you in metals, right? So I'm gonna delete this first. The shaded part also, it's not required for now. Okay. So this is metal index, and I looked into day. Obviously I don't recollect what was showing there, so I happened to click on an hourly chart. Okay. And then what I did is I drew a fib retracement in the 1 hour chart. Okay. So I took the lowest point. Okay, this would be the lowest point even in day. Okay, here this is the trend, right? But for ease, I took a 1 hour chart and I drew this. Okay, I exactly brought it down. And at that point, pretty much, I was seeing only this candle here, right? I think the 9:15. Yeah, this is like, yeah, this is 10:15, right? So this candle was in its early stages. Okay. But I knew, or rather, this was something which I had to do something right about, right? Because if you look at it, this is a retracement and it's taking support at 61.8, the golden ratio, right? What I did is I went back and I took position in pretty much all the stocks which I'm tracking in metals, right? In metals, which is I took position in NMDC, Tata Steel, Sale. I didn't get it. I'm talking about liquid positions, liquid options. So Sale is already in ban as well, so I did not get entry there. JSW Steel, Jindal Steel, Hindalco, National Aluminium, VDL. I left out Hind Copper, again liquidity issue. All of them took, like, one lot of call, whatever the price. I did a market entry on it. Okay. Then the only chart which I kept open throughout was this, which is the metal index, 1 hour chart, right? And I wanted to see at, is it taking resistance anywhere. So you have 61.8. It started, the first candle came here. I was happy. And some of these, and then the second candle came, and I can see this is around the 200-day moving, 200 moving average, right? Right. I wanted to check if it was going to take resistance there. No, the moment it breached, I started adding quantity on every single script which I was holding. Like in the call, I went there. I went with at the money call and I started adding lots, right? This candle again, so I tracked it throughout, right? And then I started, kept adding lots, right? And if you look at it, I hesitated here a while because this is sort of 200 moving average, and then there's a resistance here as well which is coming, but it breached big here, and I was like adding more quantity, right? So the net, what happened today is, I don't have it with me to show up, can't open my ledger. I recovered, I recovered pretty much 2.2 lakhs of all what I'd lost this morning from these trades which I did, right? Which started around 11 o'clock for me, right? So around 10, I would say 11, right? I think I came back around 11, right? So I'm quite proud of myself today because it's very difficult to book about 3.5 lakhs loss and then come and take position again in metal, right? And it have you have to be super confident about what you're doing, and I'm so proud about it, like myself today, that I've never done this before. I often, what I do is, when the losses sometimes kind of go out high, and have this tendency of, you know becoming super bullish, and I kind of had a lot of quantity. So when I have to book such losses, I usually don't trade that day. But today, what happened is, when I came back and I looked at it, because I had a calling, like, I had to do something to be a professional trader. You need to see adversities, face it, and then keep moving. It's not like you turn your back. And so I came back and saw this. I started with one lots and everything, right? And whatever was moving at that point, one lot with small stop loss of trailing them, I started adding the quantity, and I'm so proud. At one point, my recovery was around 2.7 lakhs. I mean, had done good recovery, right? And then towards end, this red candle sort of started coming in. I had to make a decision whether to hold on or take it forward to the next day. Um, so for the day, I had enough because I'd taken such big loss, and this was giving me an opportunity right from here to recover some of the losses. I wasn't quite sure what would day be like tomorrow. I'm talking more from the global news and things like that. I'm still bullish about metal. I'm going to be entering in pretty much all what I'm tracking tomorrow, right? But I didn't want to take any overnight risk, and so I exited everything pretty much. Came out, clearing my losses, and I'm so happy that I don't have a package. I can sleep peaceful today, and then I can enter fresh for the trades tomorrow, right? So that's what I wanted to share. I'll see if I can get the ledgers not updated. I have a lot of other trades that's mixed up, so I don't want to show that, but I will try. Okay, that probably in some of the other calls. But interesting, if you look at it, right? Metal is pick for this month for me. Metal is the pick what I'm tracking. I like metal, right? And they've just, if you look at all the index, right? There are some huge recoveries. 4% in auto. Auto is another sector which is like second for me, after metal. It's like 4%, right? And then you have 3%, 3.5%. Pretty much everywhere there's a huge recovery. Metal is 2.21. That means there is still scope for tomorrow for some more rally, right? And look at what's how this metal stocks are shaping up for tomorrow, right? So the ones which I have been tracking, Hindalco, if you look at it, there you have a good rally, from again Hindalco. If you look at the fib, this is what I would call the startup point, and then here is this. It's where at 50%, it took support at 50%, and it's bouncing, right? Great. And then where is it resting? Now at 50 moving average, right? And on the day, you have a hammer and a 60 breach, 86 rising. It's good one. I'm bullish about it. I'm gonna be entering tomorrow if things open up good in the morning. So I want to be calling out with that. And again, there's not advice for anybody to trade. I'm just sharing what I'm doing. You guys have to take trade basis your risk and whatever information you have. Hindalco is looking awesome for me. And then I have NMTC. It's in red, but it's a red candle. It is again it's stopped at the Bollinger. So this is like a 20 moving average of highs, right? And it's a good stop there. It's a good support. On an hourly basis, again, is a bounce, right? This is resistance at 40. So I'll probably wait on. It's probably not the best pick at the moment. Let's look at Tata Steel. Tata Steel is a good. bounce back. It's at the moment resisting 50. Let's see what will happen tomorrow. But then a good part, there is a hammer here. There is a hammer, and this hammer is at 50 and the 200 moving average confluence. Our size now trending upwards. It's still to cross the 60 mark. I would be interested to see what's going to happen tomorrow. This would be on my watch list. Tata Steel. I had good profit before I lost out this morning, and then a recovery. Like JSW Steel. Okay, it's a 40 bounce on day. On an hourly basis, what do I see here? Hourly basis again, there's a bounce. It's 40 cross. I want to see it taking support on 40 and then going up again. So this is going to be in my watch list. Probably not so much high as a high in a ranking like Tata Steel. I would probably keep it somewhere low. Let me see if there is any trend line break as well. No, there's a spike. Probably, no, not yet. I would want to see it just crossing this line. We could still, okay, there's this 50 moving average here. Let's see what happens. This seems to be good support, which is 610. I'm thinking this is going to go up because of the overall strength of the category. Okay, Jindal Steel, quite interesting. Let's see what happens in the hourly chart. There is a bounce, okay, and where does it bounce from? It bounces. I'm using fib here to show the trend. Okay, it bounces from 61.8 exactly, right? That's quite interesting, right? And if you look at it on the day chart again, there is a hammer pattern. There's confluence of two different moving average. There's good volume. RSI is now looking up, yet to cross 60. Weak, it's in a zone, it's in a horizontal zone, a rectangle, right? It's in a rectangle, yet to break out. But I'm still hope. I'm quite optimistic about Jindal Steel. I would wait and watch on this, right? So this is in my list. Hindalco I've already done. Now let's look at National Aluminium. National Aluminium again, a hammer pattern. It's a 60 bounce. So National Aluminium would be after Hindalco, National Aluminium are top two picks. Then comes Tata Steel for me. 1 hour, what is it? 1 hour shows 1 hour is resisting 60. So I just want to wait the first half an hour to 45 minutes, see what is happening here. But day is quite optimistic, so I'm thinking it's going to run. Okay, so National Aluminium, Vedanta, what's Vedanta saying? Vedanta, weak is a hammer, weak is hammer, our size about 60. Good. Okay, and then let's look at what is the day doing. Day again a hammer, so 60 pounds. It's crossed 60. And on an hourly basis, it is okay at the moment resisting 60, and I think this is largely to do with the last candle which formed just before the close. But I want to see this crossing 60 first to gain the momentum. So, basis the 1 hour candle, I might decide to enter it again. Right. So, all of this I would probably sample out with a call entry and tight stop loss. I'm bullish about the metals category, metal segment. My top picks for the moment would be Hindalco and National Aluminium, and then comes Tata Steel, Jindal, and VDL. I would be tracking closely. Yes, all of these things I would probably take small lots to enter with. I'm not going to be entering anytime soon into future. I did burn my hand. I was quite optimistic after an initial gain on call. I took a couple of lots actually. In fact, three lots on Tata Steel and two on Jindal, and then the drop happened, right? So. So that's my view for tomorrow on metals, and I will continue to update what's going to happen here, or my view, or my trades are going. Hope this is helpful for you guys, and trade well. See you all tomorrow. Bye bye.